and happy leap day. It's Saturday, we're working, and we've got some news for you. What have we got?
We have 2 new WrestleMania epic matches have been announced.
And a rumoured full card for WrestleMania.
We've had 2 more matches announced for Elimination Chamber. It's a 2-day.
And rumoured changes behind the scenes for the Elimination card.
We have somebody who's going to be reappearing for the first time in quite some time at WWE Backstage on Tuesday.
A big AEW announcement coming at Revolution tonight.
And the King of Banter strikes again.
Excellent. But first, Bray Wyatt's been at it on Twitter.
Ooh.
Coming after his obvious loss at Super Showdown, which has the world aflutter, let's say.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Someone tweeted at him saying, you booked your just tweeted in general saying, you booked your brand new tag champions to lose clean in a non-title match. Are they trying to completely destroy their characters? Bray Wyatt replies to them, just saying, yes. Ooh,
This is in on it.
Someone's hurt. Someone's a little bit hurt.
Somebody's hurt. Yeah, that's definitely the other one.
Yeah, he's getting that hurt hand to Vince McMahon, isn't he?
Well, yeah. Well, actually, that's... Yeah, I mean, I think right now the Fiend's in a nice position, per se, because I think
he's got the Cena match at Mania. He's fine. Oh,
yeah.
spoiler alert.
Oh, it's coming up. Actually,
no.
why not? Let's jump into this. Let's jump straight in. Thanks, Phil. Taking my news away. So if you didn't know by now, John Cena... You can't see me, Mr. I don't know, that was awful. That was
pretty bad.
You can't see me.
Keep going.
He's taking on the Fiend at WrestleMania 36. He came out on SmackDown, kind of teased maybe retiring.
Yeah, the old little Mark Henry style switcheroo. Yeah, it was like with a twist.
His acting was a lot better, I've got to say. He was quite convincing. He was like, I'm going to do it now in front of my hometown. And then he walked up the ramp and then. And I love the camera work. He just saw the little Fiend there, but then he pointed.
He did a point. The Fiend did a point at a WrestleMania sign. What a world we live in, eh?
We could go into a lot more detail on that, but we won't. We're going to go on to the next match that's been announced as well, because Goldberg, the new Universal Champion, coincidentally, the way Goldberg tends to warm up and get himself ready for an entrance is banging his head against the wall. Yep. Normally cuts his head. I did that and got a black eye. But yeah, then Goldberg has got a match now against Roman Reigns. There wasn't much kind of, I don't know what the actual motivation here was. It was like, who's next? Roman Reigns was like,
it's
me.
Literally, who's next? Whoever walks out from the back first is apparently next.
That's
how the WWE works. He's just like, it's not about who was last, it's who's next. And Roman was like, me, I guess.
Wouldn't you just love it if Otis was just there, just chilling backstage?
Yeah.
Should I? I'm next!
R-Truth accidentally walked out.
Oh, I'd love that. Why didn't we get any R-Truth stuff with John Cena this week? That would have been great. So yeah, they're your 2 big matches.
2 huge matches.
Both announced.
2 pretty big, actually pretty big matches.
Yeah,
Mania.
let us know what you think of them.
Indeed, down in the comments below.
Yeah, that card's changed a lot.
The card has changed a lot. Speaking of that card, we have a vaguely rumoured lineup for what the whole thing's going to look like. So we obviously have Drew McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Championship. We have Roman Reigns now versus Goldberg for the Universal Championship.
Battle of the Spears.
We have Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the NXT Women's Championship. We have John Cena versus The Fiend for nothing, just for lols.
For the mask! Please.
And then we have a bunch of rumoured things. We obviously have Shayna Baszler versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. That's probably going to happen.
Yeah.
Another rumour is that Natalya is going to team up with Beth Phoenix to take on Asuka and Kairi Sane for the Women's Tag Team Championship.
If Beth Phoenix doesn't get her face smashed in by Randy Orton on Raw,
yeah, that should be interesting. And they've obviously got to get that Elimination Chamber match out of the way before they can do anything with that. So it's a rumour, but it could happen. We obviously have Edge versus Randy Orton.
That's
pretty much going to happen,
yeah.
Let's face it. Undertaker versus AJ Styles.
It's kind of already happened. Just let it go.
He's already beaten him with a chokeslam. Why would he need anything else?
There was a little replay of it on SmackDown, wasn't there, as well? A bit this might continue, but stop.
And then another rumour, which is the best rumour of all, screw Goldberg versus Roman Reigns. Who cares about John Cena versus The Fiend? Because we might get Otis versus Dolph Ziggler. Finally, Otis can get his comeuppance.
Happy. A lot of things were unfolding on SmackDown again, a few more little seeds planted. It's the most invested I am on SmackDown right now with Otis.
100%, yeah. And to see Otis kick Ziggler's ass on the biggest stage of them all, that'll be the best.
Do you think Vince would break our heart and have Dolph win? Sorry, just at the beginning.
He probably would, wouldn't he? In 18 seconds or something.
Yep, that's happening.
Don't do it, Vince.
Have you mentioned Daniel Bryan Sheamus might be a thing as well?
Well, yeah, I was just going to say.
Oh, sorry.
Let me
See?
finish.
I got one back on you. There you go.
We've also got the possible Daniel Bryan versus Sheamus that was rumoured the other day, and then that leaves a United States Championship match. Andrade obviously going to need something to do.
Mexican
An
roll.
Intercontinental title match, something to do with Braun Strowman, I assume, because he's definitely going to beat 3 people, which we'll get to in a second. SmackDown Tag Team Championships, the Raw Tag Team Championships, the SmackDown Women's Championship, the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, and the Women's Battle Royale. So if you add up,
there a thing, sorry.
If we assume that there's going to be United States and Intercontinental and all those, that's going to be 17 matches at WrestleMania.
You've just made me very tired just by saying that.
Mania 35 went 7.5 hours with 16 matches.
Whoa, this is going to be something else.
Just to put that into context.
We have to be on shifts to watch this, aren't we?
Yeah.
Like, that's
We're
genuinely...
looking at 8 hours.
I mean, I'll watch it. I'll still be there.
It's
just
so long. Last year's was so long.
Look at the state of wrestling now, where fans, WWE fans especially, are in a position where we're like, oh, this is awful. Like, I can't believe it's so long, but we're still
going to sit there for 8 hours and watch.
See what happens.
100% I'm going to sit there for 8 hours.
I want to see the adverts.
I want them to just do the Wrestle Kingdom thing. Do it over 2 nights.
Yeah, that's so worth.
The crowd would be so much better over the 2 nights as well.
Yeah, because then you could have like...
Just don't get tired. Everyone gets so tired.
You could have a Roman Reigns Goldberg main event one night and then the Drew. It's very... I want that now.
Anyway, Elimination Chamber match.
Elimination Chamber, yes.
Speaking of Braun Strowman beating 3 people.
Oh, yep. We've got a match between the guy who probably wears his belt probably in the most uncomfortable way than anybody in WWE right now. He kind of wears it around his waist and it just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
I think he's an over-the-shoulder guy, personally, just going to say it. He's got a match against, it's been signed. Well, it was originally supposed to be Braun Strowman taking on Shinsuke Nakamura. They're having a nice contract signing. Renee Young was out there having a good chat with everyone. But then Sami Zayn, being the wily old character he is, pretty much Braun Strowman said, yeah, I can beat you all, kind of thing.
Yeah, he said, like, it doesn't matter what kind of match it is because I know I'm going to have to face all 3 of you anyway, and I'm fine with that. Give me it, I'll sign it.
He's like, well, speaking of which, they all signed it. And then they just absolutely brutalised Braun Strowman, which was actually in terms of beatdown, sometimes you're a bit like, oh, okay, yeah. But this one actually looked pretty...
quite good. We got some hell of a kicks in there.
It's been a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
I realised when I saw it, he had like 3.
Yeah, and even though we know that Braun Strowman's going to absolutely annihilate all 3 of them at Elimination Chamber, at least we'll get to see Sami Zayn wrestle again.
Yeah, he's going to get these hands.
But I also think we need to teach Sami Zayn how the law works, because I think once Braun's signed the contract, if you then go and amend that contract, I don't think that's legally binding.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like logic, and I'm not sure if WWE subscribe to those rules really for the most part. But we've had obviously I think it was last week we mentioned how there was going to be rumoured there was going to be 3 elimination chambers.
Yep.
Well, we've had another one announced. That's 2 of 3 at this point. It's not what we thought, because we thought we were going to have a men's and 2 women's matches. At this point, we've had a tag match thrown into the mix. It's for Miz and Morrison came out being very cocky, very arrogant, saying, yeah, okay, we've just won these titles, we're incredible. Miz and Morrison, hey, hey, ho, ho. It's not going to be a thing. But then I think it was announced, did the ref or the ring announcer kind of go, oh, I've just heard something. It was very reminiscent of the anonymous GM thing. Yeah. Who just
this has just been announced.
So they're having a tag match for the titles inside the Elimination Chamber, the SmackDown Tag Championships. There, we've got obviously Miz and Morrison. We've got the Usos, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler, Heavy Machinery, Lucha House Party, and the former champions, very recently former champions, The New Day. What do you think of that?
I am ready to see Otis smash through the pod thing just to get his hands on Dolph Ziggler.
Oh yeah, that's going to be insane. He's just going to cannonball, isn't he? Straight through that.
Straight through. Get him. Take him out. Don't care. Whatever he does, it's going to be great.
Who comes out of the match as champion, do you think?
I don't even know. Probably Miz and Morrison. It's a bit weird to take it off them that quickly.
Yeah, set up but then you just had a big multi-man kind of gimmick match on a massive pay-per-view, and then they're probably gonna have another multi-man gimmick match at WrestleMania, for the titles. You imagine, really?
No idea. It's all a bit weird.
It is.
But speaking of the Elimination Chamber card in general, you did mention that we announced that there was 3 rumoured matches.
Yes.
There's obviously one has been announced for the Raw Women's Championship, which is Shayna Baszler, Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, Natalya, Liv Morgan, and Asuka. So now we've got the tag team one, so there's definitely going to be at least 2 Elimination Chamber matches. The other ones that were rumoured was the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia rumoured a men's Elimination Chamber where the winner would go on to face Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
Things change a lot, don't they?
That was going to be Robert Roode versus Roman Reigns versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Baron Corbin, Daniel Bryan, and Braun Strowman. And that was obviously the plan was to lead to Roman Reigns versus the Bray Wyatt.
Imagine if you bought a ticket based on that. Woo!
So that was canned, but then also last week Sheamus announced himself in an Elimination Chamber match, and we assumed that was maybe just a mix-up, like a change to the plan of the men's one. Maybe swap Roman out and put Sheamus in.
Maybe even have multi-brands.
Yeah, but now that they've got Roman versus Goldberg for the Universal title, then the SmackDown Men's Elimination Chamber match doesn't make any sense because it can't be for the title.
Can't be for the Intercontinental
and it also can't be for the #1 contendership at Mania. And it can't be for the Intercontinental title because we've got the 3-on-1 handicap match.
Oh, it is weird now, isn't it?
So I'm guessing that's just been completely canned because it doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah, there's no, unless they do a thing where somebody gets in and they have a three-way, one of the main event cards, but again, it feels a bit shoehorned.
And then Lacey Evans announced herself to be taking on 5 other people for the opportunity to face Bayley at Mania.
That still can happen.
Still could happen. We had the weird stuff with Bayley. Sasha Banks returned on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Obviously, it is boss time again.
Thank God.
She lost in Boston because that's what WWE do.
Yeah.
On her return
back
as well. Cool.
You're a
we've
new
still
artist.
got the Naomi, Bayley, Sasha Banks stuff going on. And Lacey Evans been thrown into that mix as well. So who knows what's going to happen with that?
So yes, we've kind of got a limbo chamber at this point.
Yeah.
It's kind of up in the air. We're not really sure. What's
2
going
for
on.
definite. A possible another women's one.
Just
but
have a
then, does that
Legends
just
match.
leave
Just
not-
have a Legends chamber where they just have all
That'd
these
be
kind of
quite
old
fun.
school Undertaker taking on Sting and Goldberg and just.
Got a little bit mad now.
Why not? Why not? Well,
Anyway.
that's more mad than what's happened in the last couple of days. Come
Anyway,
on, Phil.
Elimination Chamber is next Sunday, and it seems like WWE have no idea what they're doing.
As always. So, next piece of news. We've got, so I'm trying to think. He could probably be in this Legends Elimination Chamber match that I'm pitching.
Okay.
Jeff Hardy is returning to WWE Backstage. Not returning to, he's never been on there before, he's returning to WWE as a member of Backstage as a special guest. So it's quite cool because obviously it's been rumoured the last couple of weeks that he's been backstage on SmackDown.
Yep.
A lot of people thinking he's going to arrive back on SmackDown when he is cleared. I think he is pretty much cleared to compete now at this point. Like I think the injuries he's recovered and everything else. It'd be really cool to see him on Backstage because I imagine he's going to talk a lot about probably his matches, his TLC matches over the years. He tends to do that when they have like a guest on, don't they? They kind of go through their historic moments.
Big moments.
He's a charismatic
He's got plenty
guy.
of big moments.
Oh yeah. I'm looking forward to that. It'd be really cool. I'm not sure if Punk's on it that week because that'd be so cool. They went over their old rivalry because that was one of the most underrated rivalries probably of that era.
That was really good.
So yeah, really cool that we've seen a bit more of Jeff. He might have an announcement for us saying, "Oh, I'm going to be back this time." He might even. I've got a weird feeling he might actually. I know I've been joking about that Legends Elimination Chamber, but I think he might have an announcement on that because they do that on Backstage. They do announce these big matches from time to time. So he might have more news on what is going down with the Elimination Chamber. What else we got?
What else we have AEW teasing a possible big announcement on Revolution tonight. Cody was on a panel at a Chicago Comic Expo the other day, and he was asked about what old school type matches would you like to bring back in AEW.
Right.
And he said, well, funnily you should say that. What was his exact thing? His exact wording was, we have a very old school match to be announced at Revolution. Now, we're not entirely sure if the match, I don't think the match is going to be on Revolution, it's probably for a future show or something down the line. But Cody was pretty tight-lipped about what it was actually going to be, obviously. He just said that it will probably make some people very, very mad.
I've got a theory it's going to be something a la Worn Games? Very tired and worn out games. War Games. I think it's going to be in that kind of neck of the woods. I don't think it'll be explicitly called War Games, but in terms of annoying people, that's obviously going to annoy WWE.
I doubt he's talking about annoying their own fans, because that would be a stupid move if you know that something's going to really annoy your fans and you still do it anyway.
That's just turning heel.
WWE.
What do you reckon it could be?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
A really old school match.
It's hard to think. It's
War
not
Games is there. Like, I don't know.
Texas Bull Rope.
He's still in the best bull rope match I've ever seen. Him and Jay Lethal in Ring of Honor. I don't know.
It's a really tough one because you have to start thinking what match have I not seen for a long time that would annoy
and also,
somebody else.
who's it going to involve? If it's old school, you've generally got to think Cody might himself be involved in it. And is this a continuation of the Cody versus MJF stuff?
Yeah, I'm trying to think how they could up the stakes in a gimmick.
I don't know. interesting anyway.
Very
I guess
interesting.
we will find out tonight on Revolution.
Oh yeah, we've got an AEW pay-per-view tonight. Like, for whatever, however you feel after Super Showdown, everything else, it's been a controversial, a divisive pay-per-view, you could say.
Tell you what, this week we went from a 30-minute amazing Iron Man match on AEW Dynamite between Pac and Kenny Omega to the next night, Goldberg beating The Fiend in Saudi Arabia, to the next night, big banter John Cena coming back for Mania, to the next night, Pac versus Bloody Orange Cassidy.
It's just, what a time
to be alive.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, I can't wait. We're going to have all the coverage on that tomorrow because I work Sundays and I love it. But yeah, we're gonna have loads of information on that with all the fallout, everything else from AEW Revolution. Be sure to check it out.
Indeed.
And my last little tidbit that I've got today is involving one King Corbin, the king of banter. I love him. He's been on Twitter. This is a nice tie into a little thing close to my heart here at WhatCulture, known as WhatCulture Combat. Obviously, all things boxing, MMA. Check it out on YouTube.
Subscribe today.
Subscribe, like, share, click on the subscribe, ring the bell.
I'll put a thing. I think it goes up there. It might be here though. I can't remember which side it goes.
I hope it's there because I'm
good
touching it now. Okay, so WhatCulture Combat, obviously, but this kind of ties in with that because King Corbin taking a few shots at Deontay Wilder, the now former WBC World Heavyweight Champion. Corbin obviously lost his match to Roman Reigns, steel cage match. He was wearing his chainmail. We commented on this in the stream. I was like, oh, it's going to be quite heavy. He's probably using it because he doesn't want the big dog to bite him. But yeah, he actually complained on Twitter and said that, well, he probably would have won that match. His quote is, I'm never going to take anything away from what Roman Reigns did in the preparation for the main event steel cage match. I was prepared, but I didn't think of the toll my entrance gear, the chainmail, my robe, and entrance would take on my body. 3 minutes in, my legs were tired. If you know anything about Deontay Wilder, recently he made that exact same claim, and he was wearing like a Sauron helmet and everything else. It was 40 pounds apparently worth of weight, and he said, he didn't realise the toll it was going to take on his legs, and he was shattered. But I love this because that's him just pulling all that heat now. Are we going to see Deontay Wilder versus King Corbin at WrestleMania? I just spoke to it. Don't need Tyson Fury.
Who can wear the heaviest outfit match?
It books it, Vince. It books itself. Get it done. All right.
And that was the news. I have been Phil Chambers. You can follow me at PhilMyChambers, and this has been Gareth Morgan.
Follow me at GMorgan04.
Follow everyone at WhatCulture, at WhatCulture WWE. Go subscribe to WhatCulture Combat to see that face.
This face with a black eye. I'll explain how I got the black eye as well.
Talking about MMA and things.
Yes, on that.
Go subscribe to Kayfabe News on YouTube as well. I'll put another card thing, because Kayfabe News is me and Simon Miller making stupid little internet videos about wrestling, and it's really good fun. Go subscribe now, right now.
They're awesome. They're not stupid, they're awesome.
And yeah, have a great day. Comment down below what you think of all the matches for Elimination Chamber and WrestleMania. And why not tell us about what you think about Goldberg beating The Fiend, because we know everyone loves to comment on that.
He's going to WrestleMania!
Wrestling! Have yourselves a bloody good day, everyone. Bye!